see how our audio sounds today, guys. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Okay, we are live. Hey, Elias. Hey, Colby Queso's here. What's up, Colby? Okay, we are live. Hey, Elias. Hey. They can, in fact, hear us, which is amazing. Oops, I went to the wrong place. Gotta be able to see you guys. All right, so we've got a putter. We've got some golf balls. I mean, that's about 90% of what you need. Oh, won't you kiss me in the mouth and... Hope everybody's having a good start to your Monday. Okay. Quick stretch before we start hitting some putts. Oh yeah. Get all the crunchies out of the back. This might be aimed slightly too far to the left, but we can adjust it if necessary. Nope, pretty good. Guys, I have bad news. Our marker is on its last legs. But currently we have, I think it was like 6,800 subs last I saw. Oh, hello, superstar. Came to say hi? You want to say hi to the people? Hi. That's what you're looking for? I think the other part is downstairs. The top part. Elias says, I may be getting fit for an arm lock putter. My preference is an Oz 1 purple. Very cool. So guys, we're at 68.22. This marker just decided, like, overnight, it said, I've had enough. I don't want to work anymore. Nope, nothing. 68.22 is where we're at, guys. All right. Let's try to make a bunch of these putts in a row. Oh, won't you miss me? Jamin says, me and that marker got something in common. That's funny, Jamin. Nice to see you, bro. Thanks for being here. It is 25 degrees here today in the Northeast. And I'll tell you what, guys, I thought about it. I really tried to convince myself that it might be an outdoor practice day. And it just isn't. It just isn't. Hey, Logan's here. Logan said, yo. All right, guys, what we need is we need a volunteer, somebody who's going to be here for a while to keep track. And it's a very important job. So every time we make a putt, you update in the chat. You'd say 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. So that way everybody knows how many putts in a row we've made. Logan says me. All right, Logan, you got the job. You're the guy. So give me a 5, and then if we make this one, give me a 6. Because that's 5 in a row right there. Let's go. Shot 87 on 18 today. 87's great, man. Breaking 90 in December, that's always exciting. Let's go. So Logan, show me a 7. Boom, he's got it. Kid is dialed. Let me make sure we have the right number of golf balls here. I don't want to be misleading anybody. 2, 4, 6, 8. So we've already made 8. So this is for number 9. It'll be much easier once we get started. Nice. Ten in a row. Come on now, guys. That's what we like to see. Woo. Hey, Paul's here. Nice to see you, Paul. It is 25 Fahrenheit here, so we are not going to be going outside. Also, the temperature is dropping throughout the day. It was warmer this morning when we woke up. 11 in a row. Come on. Just watched the dude miss on his 131st in a row. Ooh, that's tough, bad guy. I'm glad you're here watching. My longest streak on this channel is 333. Channel PR. 333 consecutive makes. Can we beat it today? Okay. Logan's got us covered. Keeping track. There we go. Going kind of rapid fire on you here, Logan. Tee time book for 9:30. Don't worry, Logan. Somebody else can jump in for you. Where are we at? We're at 15. 15 makes. Nice. Jamin said, hey, Paul, hope you're doing well. Let's go. What I really need, guys, is like an automated, a little tracker, some sort of way for there to be a little, like in the corner, we could just have a scoreboard. But I don't have the technical skills required to make that happen yet. Are you more confident that you won't have the shanks now? I am more confident, Paul. I'm glad you asked. I was watching some of those swings back, and I really think the answer was I just didn't warm up properly. My body wasn't ready to move. I wasn't able to turn. The arms were just kind of going this way, and then I'm really steep and like trying to get out of the way, and you're just going to present the hosel, and it happens sometimes. Don't forget to drop a like, everyone. Thanks. What are you doing today? I will watch your stream later if you're still going. So this is the plan for today, guys, given the weather and how cold out it is. I don't think we're going to make it outside to hit balls. Boom. But we definitely might end up streaming again later. Certainly a possibility. That's 20 in a row, guys. Is anybody else going to be hanging out for a while and they want to jump in, keep track in the chat for us? Need somebody to go, 21, 22, 23. You get stuck, it's hard to get out of. I know, and I think what was most jarring, Paul, was just that feeling that I haven't had in such a long time where you're standing over the ball and you're like, I just don't know if I'm going to hit the club face. That trepidation, that unwillingness to take the club back because of how you're going to hit it potentially. That's pretty not fun. Oh, you're good, Jamin. I appreciate you being here. Pretty exciting, guys. Something else to talk about. Later, Logan. Thank you for counting. Awesome, Jamin. You get high to low and it has to be the other way around. That makes sense. What was I just going to talk about? Pretty exciting, guys. We are working on finalizing a content roadmap for 2026. So we're going to do really kind of a year-long journey, documenting stuff on the channel, broken up into 4 quarters. So the 4 quarters will be something like body, mind, soul, and swing. The 3 kind of key components of a person, that triumvirate, and then you need a 4th one for the last quarter. So swing felt like a good one to have as a theme. And the idea being we're going to chronicle and document the process around how do you actually improve at something. So for the first quarter of the year, the first 90 days of 2026, we're going to work on physical stuff. So that's going to be club head speed, lifting weights, diet, exercise, all these things. There will be some longer, monthly recap videos talking about all the things that go into that process. There's going to be an accountability check-in component. So if you guys want to follow along on your own journey, it doesn't necessarily mean you have the same goals or we're working towards the same thing, but if you have something that you're working towards and you want to leverage a community like this one to push you and encourage you, that's really what I'm trying to implement and institute. Oh, nearly hooked that one out of range. So I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes to try to get that ready and be ready to film and have things good to go once the new year starts, and hoping to leverage that plan and use that to continue growing the channel. I think there's a lot of potential overlap with different companies or brands that I am already a fan of, so I'm going to be reaching out to some of those folks to see if there's an opportunity to work together. It's funny you mentioned that. Just listen to Pat Harrington talk about when you focus on physical, you take a break on mental, and vice versa. Yeah, it's a great point. You can't do it all at once, right, Jamin? You can't do it all at once. And I do think, a quarter, 90 days, 3 months, that is a nice amount of time to be able to make some really good progress and stick to something. But I wouldn't want to do it all year round, right, Jamin? By the end of 90 days, I might want to focus on something else. Not that the other things go away. It's not like I'm going to stop lifting weights or stop exercising. It just becomes, instead of the front burner, it goes to the back burner. I think we're at 31 in a row now, guys. 32. I can also count out loud. That's not so hard. 33. 've always liked Patty Harrington. He's got a really good way of explaining things. Great accent, obviously. It's 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff, guys. All the hard work is paying off. I mean, the putting stroke on these short ones feels so solid. Helps avoid the burnout, totally. SKN is here. When he says, don't talk to my golf ball, yeah. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo estoy aquí practicando mi golf y hablando con mis amigos por el internet. Hope you're doing well, friendly creator. It's great to see you in here again. Pretty good. I'm getting that putter next week. Very cool. DF3 is really good. Hola, macho. Hola, ojos. Your eyes are glued to the ball from what I can see. Connor's here. Yeah, it's been going much better with the putter than with the full swing. Just being able to get in here consistently. Do you guys think I should do more bilingual content? There we go, 44. 45. That's the only word I know in Spanish. Pretty jealous you got to meet Dan Soder. Yeah, he was a really cool guy. I went to his show when he came to town many years ago. As you can see from the photo, I don't really look like that anymore, which is why I like using that picture. Boom. I went to that comedy show by myself, guys. Good reminder that you can do lots of fun activities, golf, going to the movies, going to comedy shows. You can do all that stuff by yourself. I think a lot of people get held back from doing things because they feel like it needs to be a group activity, or they don't necessarily have the confidence to step outside and do things by yourself. How do you play dealing with tats at the club? Oh, I've never had trouble being a tattooed golfer. You should do instructional stuff. I've thought about it. And I've also started offering some one-on-one lessons, guys. So if that's a thing that anybody's interested in, taking your golf to the next level, you're like, hey, I really want John to coach me. I like how he presents ideas. Let's go. Coming up on 50 in a row, guys. That link is in my bio for the Skillist online coaching lessons. Boom. There we go. 50 in a row, guys. I don't know how to spell Daly. Oh, John Daly. I've never met John Daly. I would love to. Although I'm not sure from a branding perspective people would put me as a sober golfer and John Daly together. He's certainly the furthest thing from sober. But we could definitely have an interesting conversation. Who knows? Maybe I could be the guy to convince John Daly to give up drinking. I don't think it's possible, but... $51. I go to comedy shows alone all the time. There you go. I canceled my... Oh, Logan, I wish you wouldn't have done that. You don't have to not play golf so that you can watch this live stream, bro. Go to your tee time. Go play golf. 52. $53. Logan with the sacrifice. I know, Jamin. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm so honored. I feel at the same time, I'm like, that's incredible that someone is so into this that they would cancel a tee time. But at the same time, I'm like, we're going to do this every day, bro. If you have the chance to go play golf, just go play golf. But either way, Logan, we're glad you're here. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a slider. It does break left to right up there. Logan said, okay, thanks, see you later. Yeah, see, it's totally fine, bro. I don't mind counting like this. 55. $56, a little bit of a pull, but not the worst. $57. You know what we can do? We can go like this, the old-fashioned way. All right, guys, so we have a tracker here. If you are a new subscriber and you want a shout out, just let me know in the chat. We'll make sure that happens. Easiest thing in the world is giving somebody a shout out for being a new subscriber. I need one of them clicker counters. Sycamore's here. I have Callaway's. What do you have, Logan? I have mostly TaylorMade in my bag. I've got some Titleist Vokey wedges. Excuse me. And this Lab putter. But I've got TaylorMade irons. Hybrid, woods, and driver, all TaylorMade. This is for 65 footers in a row, guys. Boom. 6-0. Only 273 remaining to tie our goal, or our personal record. If you're a cross gripper, claw gripping could work very well for you, especially on difficult to read putts with touch. Try a few. 57 in a row, and he walks away. I use John Letter's irons. Oh, I don't know about those, Paul. Tell me more. $61. $62. $63. You guys know what's coming. 64. 65. 66, guys. This is a big one. This is a big one. Let's make sure we're ready for it. Yep, Town knows. Pretty unused from 1982. Very cool. Can you, yes? Shouting, please. Hey, jackass. You guys know, this is for 67 in a row, guys. 67. Let's go. Oh. Shout out to Logan. Shout out to softball. Jamin, don't you do it. I did it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go. 68. $69 in a row, guys. Nice. Boom. 70 in a row. Oh, won't you kiss me on the mouth and love me like a sailor? Thanks, James. What I'm here for. Do you think that lab putter is good? I don't know what TRMU is. I really like the lab putter, guys. It has worked wonderfully for me. It's the most confident I've been on the greens in quite a while. It just really feels like the ball wants to go where you aim it. Boom. Like and subscribe. Thanks, Logan. What Logan said. Temu lab putter. What's, you don't like lab? This guy doesn't like making putts. Yeah, Logan said 67 again. Boom. 74. Show me 75. Show me 75. Let's go. Nice. This is for 77. Come on, show me 79. You're using a grav putter? I thought that was for ganja. I know, I've heard people call it an iron or like a brand. It does kind of have that look to it, like you brand somebody with it. It's not the most attractive thing to look at, but once you see the ball rolling into the hole, it's hard to be upset. Do you think... I don't know why you keep calling it Temu. Maybe there's a reference I'm missing. But I do think it's good. Boom, let's go. 80 in a row. 8-0. He's saying you bought a drop shipper putter. Because Lab is drop shipping putters? What do you have against Lab? I thought it was just a cool putter company. That's what she said. He's trying to pull your leg. Oh, well, maybe he got me. Can be hard to tell sometimes. 81 in a row, guys. $82. 83, a little bit of a pull, but it still went in. Because you got it from Temu. I didn't get it from... I've never heard of this place, Temu. Let's go. It seems to be working for me, guys, so I'm going to keep it up. Come on. This is for 86. Let's go. Nope, that was 87. This is 88. Come on. Let's see, 89 in a row. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go for 91. Mark Savard, number 91. Got it, guys. Well, as far as I know, it's a legit lab putter. There's some pretty easy ways to tell. And I did not identify any of those signs, so I'm really not concerned about it. Whoa! That was better. 93 in a row. Let's make 94. Can only hit one at a time, right? Just hit one good putt at a time. Coming up on 100, guys. The team who won misses more putts. Who else is a drop shipper here? I didn't know we had a big market of drop shippers. Show me 95. 95 in a row. $96. $97. We're gaining on it, guys. $98. This is for 99 in a row. 99. Rolling right end over end. Love to see it. All right, guys. Woo! This is for 100. This is for 100. Every marketplace now online is a Shopify. Hey, Tyler's here. I'm not going to spill the goods, though. Well, you lost me already, so it's okay. Paul said easy. I know, we got 100 in a row if we make this one, guys. Right in the heart. Come on. The only thing to do after you make 100, guys, is make another 100. I don't make the rules, but that's what we're doing. The big 100. That's exactly right. The big hundo. How about 101? Boom, right down the middle. Guys, if you're enjoying hanging out while we make all these putts, you want to be part of this cool community that we're working on building together, hit that subscribe button for me. You get access to Lots of cool stuff on the channel. Lots of shorts, some videos, notifications about these live streams. I know, we did it. We made it over 100. That was so exciting. This is for 104. Come on. $105. 106. 107. 108. 109. Come on now. I would like your whole game to be as boring as holding putts. You'll know what I mean one day. Boring is pure accuracy. I think you're right, Paul. I've been thinking about that a lot. Like, why do I not feel more comfortable just playing like kind of boring golf? I always feel like I got to try to force the issue or, you know, hit silly shots I don't need to try to hit. But we'll get there. There's lots of time to work on these things. Oh, quick stretch for 110 in a row. Got to make sure that, everything stays functional. All right, let's go for 111. 111 in a row. The record we're going for is 333, guys. Let's go. Right in the heart. Limber up, I know. It's hard. Just getting in this putting posture over and over again. That is 113 in a row. $114. Show me 115. Let's go. Throw the darts the exact same way every time. That's what we're working on, guys. Bozidar is here. Hello. I was asked to join a reality show, sort of considering it Housewives. Interesting. What are the pros and cons? How can we... Maybe the chat can help you make your decision. What do you guys think, chat? Should they go on the reality TV show? Or not? You added one after you stretch. Oh, did I miscount? Well, I always think I have 10, right? So we made 110 and there's 7 balls there. So isn't that 117? We have a discrepancy in the count. That's not good. But I trust Jamin. If he tells me the number's off, then we gotta fix it. That's 119 in my head. But maybe it's only 118 is what you're saying. We got to hit an extra one, Jamin? We can do that. Let's go. This is now for 120. 120 made putts in a row. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. To me, oh, aren't you listening on the now? You could be right. I think it's just one behind. I try to party every 10 is why it threw me. Oh, you're good. We can just, you know, if you got to do a little extra work to make sure that everything's kosher, then why not? to me. Let's go. 121. And 22. 123. 124. 125. 126. 127. 128. Make sure this is still pointed where we need it to be. It does tend to move around a little bit. It's fun. Keep it up, brother. Since he's playing a lab, it doesn't count. Tell that to JJ Spawn in his US Open trophy. Ooh, nearly left that one short. That's 129, guys. Okay, there we go. 130 consecutive putts made. Just got to keep it trucking, right, guys? One good putt at a time. It's the same way we reach any goal. Whether it's golf-related, whether it's life-related. I've gone on a lot of those journeys myself, you know, losing a bunch of weight, getting sober from alcohol, quitting nicotine, fixing my broken back. Stretch break. Yeah, we can do a stretch break. Let's do it. Oh. The older you get, the harder it gets to just stand there and hit putts repeatedly. Ooh. Road to 20K straight. Imagine. How long do you think I would be in here? How long would it take to hit 20,000 putts from 5 feet? 6 years, Stevie says. Oh. Also, lest we forget, when we did, not counting late years, don't pull a hammy out there. I know, hitting putts can be physically taxing, right? When we made the 333, it was broken up into 2 different sessions, so we made 250 in a row, and then we ran out of time and came back. Guinness World Record. Imagine. Come on. This is for 133, so we'd be within 200 of the PR on the channel. Chargers Eagles tonight. Drive for show, putt for dough. That's right, Fredder. Fred Snellgrove. I like the Eagles. I feel like they've been talking a lot of smack about the Eagles. They haven't looked very good. People forget they're still a very good team. Boom. Coming up on 137 here, guys. This is for 137 in a row. Boom. How do you read putts? Just came to my head. It's a good one, Fred. I'm going to borrow that. Yeah. How do I read putts? I use Aim Point Express mostly. So when I'm out on the golf course, you just feel the green with your feet. And then you train yourself over time and practice to read or feel the difference between, 1, 2, 3, 4% slopes. And you learn how to pick out an aim point. That's why it's called that, using your fingers based on that slope that you read. Nice. Something that has also been helping me quite a bit with my putting is reading it from the opposite side of the hole. And I do that mostly to try to read the slope, right? How downhill or uphill is the putt going to be? Trying to understand the speed of that putt, because that is so important. Hey, Nathan's here. Tom's here. Saw you're short of your weight loss journey. That's good shit. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I was like nearly 230 pounds at one point and I got down all the way under 150 at one point, which was probably too low for me. I was, like kind of anemic. But yeah, it's been quite a journey. I don't really recognize myself in those old pictures, and I don't love posting them. I don't feel, it's not like I look back and I'm proud of those moments, but it is a reality that's been my life. And if it's inspiring or helpful to people to see where you can start to where you can end up, then I'm willing to put myself out there. I've been thinking of getting one of these putting mats. How is this translated to your putt game on the course? How long have you had it? It's going from the other direction as well. You got 333 the other way. Oh, you're right, Jamin. You're absolutely right. It has definitely translated, high mind, very effectively. And mostly because I use this Pels tutor here. This is basically just a gate setup, right? And when we're not, trying to make as many in a row as we can, we set this up, and this trains start line. So I practice starting the ball on my intended line, being able to hit the putt where I'm aimed time after time after time, and that skill has absolutely translated. Just listening to the stream because I'm putting. That's awesome, Tom. I wish you luck with your putting. But yes, as long as you are building your skills inside and working on something concrete, then it absolutely will translate to the golf course. That's been my experience anyway. That's 140 in a row. And Miss Lily came to say hi. Look at your wiggly butt today. You wagging your tail for the stream, people? Yeah? You want to come say hi? Did you end up with loose skin? Good question. Not really. Not so much. I think, thankfully, I got things turned around before it got too much to that point. I definitely have, stretch marks and things like that, but that's a normal part of being a human. Your skin is going to move and stretch with you as you change and as you age. 140 in a row now, guys. Pretty cool stuff. I don't use aim putt. I believe your brain picks up the brake on your first look and go with it. Yeah, if it works for you, Sycamore, I say go for it, bro. Hit him straight, Tom. Love this supportive community that we're building together, guys. It's nice to see the same people time after time after time working on their games. Hopefully being inspired by what we're all doing together. Boom. I think this is aimed slightly too far to the right, or to the left, I should say. Guys, hit that like button on the stream for me if you haven't already. Drop a subscribe if you're feeling super generous. Oh, the other ball was in the way. We're going to have to get that out of the way. I don't think that counts as a miss. We didn't get to find out if it would have gone in or not. 143 here. Come on. It's also so cool to me, guys, that there's like what, more than 50 of you guys in here just, hanging out, watching us putt. When we first started doing this, there'd be like, 1, 2, 3 people maybe. And just goes to show that if you keep putting in the effort, then eventually that gets recognized, right? And it's still so early in this process, this journey. We just started making videos in January of this year on this channel. So much more cool stuff to come. And I'm just insanely grateful for all you guys who continue to show up and support me, to comment and engage with the videos that I post and hang out on these live streams. Let's go. Really is a very cool thing, people supporting people. Vote in the chat. Thanks, Jamin. Question, I'm terrible at golf. Obviously more practice helps, but I feel at the range I practice poor patterns. Do you have an idea besides lessons, or is that my best bet? So Nathan, lessons definitely would be helpful, and if you're interested in doing that with me, we can do that online via Skillist. There's a link in my bio if you want to learn more about that. But yeah, you definitely need to practice the right things. Just going to the range and practicing or hitting balls at full speed with your normal swing and trying to change things or improve is going to delay your progress. I have found that by, you got to slow things down. You got to, build a skill set. You're not just trying to build a swing and hit one good shot or, a couple good shots. You want to improve your skill set. So that could be impact. It could be speed. It could be distance control. There's all these different skills that go into playing good golf. And you can go to the range and hit balls for an hour and have a great time. Don't get me wrong. But you might be just exercising. By that I mean, not necessarily improving or building your skill set, but just either ingraining the skills that you already have, or, you're just kind of mindlessly aiming and whacking balls. Does your neck hurt when you're on the putting mat for a long time? I feel it more in my lower back. That's where I feel it. Hey, DD is subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you subscribing, bro. That means a lot to me. Good man, John. You're getting me through winter here in Northern Ireland. Well, I'm glad you're here, Embedded. We are all going to get through the winter together, and before we know it, it'll be spring. We'll be back on the course. Boom. That's 150, guys. 150 in a row. I appreciate you, Nathan. And also, Nathan, if you want to just send me your swing, I'm happy to share some thoughts. The main one that I would tell you, Nathan, when you go to the driving range, you got to practice impact. You got to learn how to get the center of this club face onto this golf ball with regularity. You don't want to be hitting it on the heel or the toe or thin or fat. You got to practice hitting the center of the club. You got to practice hitting the ball first and then the turf. And you got to practice learning how to control where that club face is pointed. If it's pointed to the right, your ball's going to go there. And conversely, if it's pointed to the left, it's going to go left. So those are the skills that you need to develop. Can't wait. It's from Slauson, in case you didn't know. I might do that myself. Yeah, check it out, guys. We've gotten some great reviews on the online lessons. People find it really helpful, and I got one comment that was like, "This is amazing. I can't wait to come back for more." So I'm hoping that there will be some additional traction on the lesson front. Plus, I like helping people. I like somebody saying, "Hey, I was struggling with this thing, and then you gave me an idea or a drill to do, and now I'm playing better." That's the most rewarding thing as a coach. Just like it gives me so much validation when some of you guys, use this platform, whether it's these live streams or the videos, to check in with your sobriety journey or your recovery, and to share that with me, and to know that this work and talking about these things and being open about my experience, being an alcoholic and now being in recovery for almost 5 years, knowing that that's helping people, that is the most rewarding, validating part of my day. I got an email from somebody today that was like, I was about to go into a liquor store and your video came up and I decided not to because my sobriety is important to me. And I was like, man, it's like this earth-shattering moment for me of like, no, dude, this isn't just silly videos on YouTube. Like, you're actually having an impact for people. And that to me is like such a dream come true. When I first started this, that was always in the back of my head as a nice outcome potentially, or a thing that we could work towards. But it's nice sometimes to take a step back and say, no, this is the dream. It's happening right now. You're doing it. You're doing the thing that you always dreamed about doing. So sometimes you got to just take a second and say, we're in the dream. Who knows where it goes next, but we've at least accomplished something that feels massive to me. Like, that seems like such a big step to say, we're actually helping people with this platform. So you're getting me through hunger here in North Korea. I live in Kildare, just outside Belfast. Very cool. Do I send that swing to you on that website? I have a horrible slice like most beginners. Oh, you can do that, Nathan, or you can send me an email, or Instagram DM is probably one of the better ways. Because if you sign up for the lesson on Skillist, you're going to need, either to buy it or a code. But I'm happy to help. Stay strong. Thanks, comrade. Well, we're glad you're here, Double D. All right, guys, this is for 151. Little Bacardi 151 action. Oh, won't you kiss me on the mouth and love me like a stranger? Your advice helped me with chipping. Can with my drives. I legit cannot stop coming over the top, although I swing my iron on playing nicely. What thoughts can I implement for drills? Great question, Stevie. So I can definitely help you with this, and I'm glad that the chipping helped before. The drill I would have you do, so I'll demonstrate it here for everybody, but you can also go back and see, if you just scroll down a little bit on my channel on the shorts, there's one called One Drill to Fix Your Slice Forever. And it's the same drill I'm going to show you here with a little more detail. But you can grab a head cover, put it down behind your ball and to the right. So let's say I'm going to hit this ball. I put the head cover maybe there, right? Because when you come over the top, this club head comes inside and then over the top and steep. You want to block that path to the ball. So if you're coming across it out to in and slicing it, this head cover will provide a physical barrier if it would stop rolling, which it doesn't want to, right? So if you can learn how to hit shots, I'm not sure I meant to hit that actually, just out of instinct. Learn how to hit shots without disturbing that head cover, and it's going to force you to shift the path further out to the right. And if you get that club face square or even a little bit closed, you should see the ball fly much, much straighter through the air. So that is a really, really good drill that helps with the slice and the over-the-top path. But just remember, too, most of the over-the-top is from the takeaway being inside. And then you have to go this way. So practice in your takeaway feeling like your hands stay in and the club head stays out. You want that club head far away from you. We don't want it getting in here, close to us, inside. We want that club head far out, hands staying in. That's going to give us lots of room for this club to shallow and maneuver and come down. Stevie got me wanting to send my swing now. Proof positive John's tips work. Well, you definitely can do that, guys. You absolutely can. And if you want, rather than just like a few tips here and there, the one-on-one coaching is really the best platform to actually make some strides in your game, because we get to talk about what your goals are and how much golf you play, all these sort of ancillary things that help me build a program to get you where you want to be and playing better golf. But of course, I'm always happy to help out if people, want to send their swing and just say, hey, give me another set of eyes. Let me know what you're seeing. Keep at it, lads. Thanks, Embedded. It's weird because I almost never slice unless off the toe. Everything just a baby fade because of how I set my driver, and I try to close the face. Well, if it's only a sporadic miss, then I wouldn't go doing any kind of big revamping or anything like that with your swing. You just want to make sure that that path is nice and neutral and the face is square at impact. But of course, if you're not hitting the ball in the center of the face, then it's going to be much harder to control where it's going. So maybe, Stevie, what you might need to do is slow your swing down, get either some of that impact tape, or you can use masking tape or the foot spray on your club face. And when you're at the driving range, pay attention to where on the face you're striking it and try and get that pattern down as close to the center as you can. So that that one that's really low on the heel or high on the toe, you try to take those out as often as possible. All right, guys, this is for 151 in a row, like Bacardi. Bacardi 151 made it. Let's go. I'm not sure people really actually drink that. I remember seeing it around in college, like as a gag. But it's not particularly enjoyable. Even as a raging alcoholic back in the day, there were certain things that I wasn't particularly interested in drinking. I think that was probably one of them. One of the few things, to be clear. I was a very good drinker, guys. I was good for like 10 drinks a day at one point. 70 to 80 a week. So, I'm not kidding when I tell people I'm a retired professional. I was a very good drinker. It's not a thing that I'm proud of, but that is my experience. I can remember there was a point where people would call me Suitcase because I would show up to social events with an 18-pack of beers just for myself. And that was probably an indicator of like, hey, dude, you might be not on the path you want to be on here. So there are some people in the world who will still see me and say, hey, what's up, Suitcase? And I'm like, I don't think that is particularly relevant to my life anymore, but I remember the match they did. It was like Tiger and Phil, maybe. The first one they did on TNT. They've done a whole bunch of them since, but that was where it originated. That would have been like 2019. That's 156, guys. Coming up on 160 in a row. I want to bring the spin down. Brother was a fish in his past life. Nothing wrong with the baby fade. Played it all my life. So, Stevie, to bring the spin down, make sure your attack angle is where it needs to be, not too negative. If you're hitting down on the driver, that can cause the spin to go up. Depending on where on the face you're hitting it, that can impact spin a whole bunch for sure as well. Bugs me, they come over the top and my spin is super high. Well, just make sure that the changes you're pursuing are functional ones, right? If you don't like aesthetically how your swing looks, but it's very functional, then I might say you're chasing the wrong, going down the wrong rabbit hole. But if your misses aren't functional, right? If the spin is way too high or it's cutting way too much, then of course you need to do something different. I'm an excellent drinker. It's my superpower. Yeah, I've been there, Sycamore. I've been there. I will tell you, honestly, though, I don't miss it. I truly don't. There never are days now where I'm like, man, what I miss is like being hungover and not knowing if I said something offensive last night or, did I upset somebody? Let's go. 160. Logan's back. Hello, Logan. So I've been there, Sycamore, and it definitely, when you're in it, it is a badge of honor. You're like, man, look at me. I can drink all this. I can, wake up the next day and just do it all over again. But it does get old. It gets tiring. And I can't tell you how much better my body feels. My brain is sharper. I never have days where I'm like, what would make today better is more alcohol. Woo! Just barely snuck that one in, guys. 161. I have a couple drinks a week, maybe 3 to 4. It's nice if you can do it like that. It is nice if you can do it like that. I just wasn't one of those people. I had an on or an off switch, guys. It was like we can turn it on and we can drink until we're totally hammered and blacking out, or we can not really, or we cannot drink at all. Ooh! Snuck it in. That was 162, guys. I thought that was going to miss on the left side. I did. Preach, brother. Healthy mind, healthy body. Absolutely right, Fred. They go hand in hand. And I think for me, I couldn't be the version of myself that I wanted to be if I was still drinking. So in order to pursue the best version of myself, to show up and be present and to be proud of the person I see in the mirror, that can't involve alcohol. And it really caused or forced a true identity shift in me. I'm not the same person I was when I was drinking. I don't tell people, oh, I don't drink right now, or I'm taking a break. I tell people I don't drink. It's as if I'm allergic to it. Because the identity that I built for myself is founded on being sober and not having alcohol. Because the painful truth is, without that, I have nothing. I would be right back to, getting drunk every single day and trying to stumble my way through life and hoping for the best without a plan, without, anything tethering me. And the thing is, even when I was like that, from the outside, people say, you seem successful, you have a great job, all the things that we can externally see seem fine. Yeah, sure, we go out and maybe you drink more than the rest of us, but there were no external indicators. I wasn't getting DUIs, I wasn't getting arrested, but I was just functioning at a high level and drinking a lot. And it's a good reminder, guys, that everybody's journey and experience looks different. I'm only equipped to talk about my experience and what I've learned and understood throughout this process. But I am happy to answer questions or to engage with it further. And if you're out there, like I used to be, and saying, oh, that could never be me. I could never stop drinking. It's part of my career. It's part of my social life. It's part of what excites me to get out of bed in the morning. I remember being there, all of those things. And guess what, guys? I am 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times happier without drinking than I was back then. It's all just a lie that you tell yourselves to excuse the behavior and to tell yourself that it's okay. But another thing that I tell people is, I quit drinking before I got sober. And by that I mean, it took me a while of not having alcohol to be willing to do the work and go to therapy and do the introspection, the personal learning and development that needed to happen to fill that hole, right? Because alcohol or addiction is mostly a symptom. You're trying to escape. You're trying to not endure the things, the emotional stress, the trauma, whatever it is that you're feeling. And we use drugs because they work, right? Alcohol is an amazing way to stop thinking or worrying about the things that are stressing you out. It's terrible for lots of other reasons and has massive side effects, but as a product, it can do that. So you have to be able to fill that with something else. And for me, going to therapy and understanding myself better, learning how to forgive myself and have compassion for myself, and understand that while I'm not responsible for my addiction, that is a thing that happens to people physiologically, I am responsible for my recovery and making sure that I'm doing the things to be the best version of myself. Let me catch up here really quick. Did you golf this weekend? Nope, sorry, I'm just yammering here. I'm retired, don't have anything to look forward to till April when it warms back up. You say that, Sycamore, but that doesn't have to be true. Love all the different types we got in this chat. Philosophy behind your putting grip. Oh, left-hand low helps level out the shoulders. DMAC has a golf lesson. And he's got a Garmin coming. Very cool. Very cool you're self-aware like that. I can take it or leave it, but I'm not everyone. I know. It's one of those moments, guys, where we all have different journeys. We all have different experiences. 169, guys. Nice. Alcohol is better than therapy ever will be. Don't agree. Alcohol isn't the problem, it's the solution. Agreed. I've stopped putting now because my brother has to go to sleep. Thanks for being here, Tom. Appreciate you. Ken said hi. Hello, Ken. What happens at therapy? Great question, guys. So I get this question sometimes. People are like, I'm interested in this. I like how you talk about it and understanding that it's a tool. Just like you go to the gym to work on your body, I go to therapy to work on my brain. And it's just like guided exercise for your brain to understand, you know, why you think certain things, why you approach certain issues in certain ways, where it comes from, and if there are things you can do to deal with that stuff and develop coping mechanisms. But it's not, and it's a normal question. I remember being petrified. Truly, like I almost didn't go the first time when I made the appointment because I was so scared of what I might say, what I might learn about myself. It was scary to sit on the precipice and say, if I go down this road, I might have to confront some uncomfortable things about myself. I might uncover things that I didn't want to deal with. But I'm so glad that I said, you know what? I'm scared of those things and I'm going to do it anyway. Because I would have still been scared of those things. Whether I did the work or not on them, I would have continued suffering from not dealing with those things. But it's just a conversation. It's just talking to a person who is there to help you and understand how your brain works, why certain things stress you out, why you react in certain ways. It has given me an incredibly, much better understanding of myself. And like I said, it's just like going to the gym. It's just a way to talk about what's going on in your life, what's stressing you out. And it doesn't need to be stigmatized, right? There's so many people that are like, oh, therapy, that's not for me. That's for betas. That's for women. It's just a lie. If you want to feel better, you have to do the work. I think it's incredibly courageous to show up and go to therapy and say, I'm going to bare my soul and try to get better. I'm going to try to improve and become a better version of myself. That takes an insane amount of courage. You know what's beta behavior? Is staying the same. Staying exactly where you've been for your whole life. That's boring. That's not very cool to me. What I think is cool is pushing yourself, seeing, can I be the best version of myself? How often can I do that? What does that look like? And that's really that's the core behind this whole channel, is how do you get from A to B and improve yourself and grow? And we use golf as the context for that, right, guys? But the whole idea is, can we inspire and motivate people to become the best version of themselves and show them that there are concrete, actionable steps you can take? Here's one. Instead of saying, in 2026, I want to be a better putter. Well, what does that mean? That's a very vague, nebulous, uncertain sort of thing. Instead, you could achieve the same goal by saying, I want to practice my putting 3 times a week. And if you do that, if you practice 3 times a week, that's 150 practice sessions a year, you will get better because you have a process. Your process is 3 times a week. I want to get better isn't a process. That's an idea or a thought. Don't say I want to lose weight. Your goal should be, I want to go to the gym 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I want to count my calories for the first time and understand what's going into my body. There are actionable, real, tangible things you can do to implement that aren't just nebulous goals. So, Logan ripping them. Your putting is like pendulum on a clock. Still on the stream though. Okay, Tom's still here. Nice. Step 1 to recovery, stop going on about it. Old Bomb Baggins doesn't like it. Sledgers is here again. Jesus loves you. Would you have one more drunk night tonight for $1 billion? Nope. I sure wouldn't. Because there's so many things in my life that are more important than money, that are, things like the relationships I've created and built. And like I said before, guys, all of that comes back to the foundation that it's built on. I think it's an interesting question, actually, Stevie. And I think I watched this video recently where somebody was like, hey, tomorrow, or right now, I can give you $10 million. Are you interested? Or let's use Cena's number. I'll give you guys $1 billion. Right now, in your bank account, no taxes, no strings attached, $1 billion. Do you want it? Everybody's going to go, yeah, sure, I'll take $1 billion. Absolutely. But here's the catch. If the catch is, but you don't get to wake up tomorrow, right? Today's your last day. 100 out of 100 people are going to say, you know what, I'm okay. You keep your money. I'm going to see how tomorrow goes. Well, if that's what you're willing to give up, then that means tomorrow is worth $1 billion. The value of something is what someone is willing to give you for it. So if you're willing to trade tomorrow for $1 billion, then that's what it's worth. And that is how I feel every single day when I wake up without a hangover. That's 171. Because the question might as well be, Sina, are you willing to give up your family, your wife, all the things you've worked for, right? Like I said, all of those things are built on the foundation of my sobriety. So it's not a popular answer, but I do think it's true. I've been alcohol-free for almost 5 years, StarPod. March 13th is the last day that I drank alcohol. March 13th, 2021. Woo! 173, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all the support. How far can you hit, Paul? So my normal ball speed is in like the mid 160s, but in speed training, I can get that up above 170. So, you know, on the high end, just past 300 yards. Would you ever drink again for any amount of money? I don't think so. I think that's what we just figured out, right? The question really is there a price for all of the things in your life? Like, how much would I have to pay you to give up your friends and your family and your wife and all the things you're proud of? There isn't a price, right? Thanks for being here, Tom. Hope you guys are all staying warm out there in some frigid conditions. Woo! That's 175, guys. 175 consecutive makes. I'll do it for $1 trillion. Let's go. What's your thought or feel to come from the inside with your driver? I like putting a head cover down or a physical barrier on the outside. So put something like this, you know, on the outside so that your path to the ball will be blocked if you come across it. And that will really teach you and force you to get the club more neutral and coming from the inside. That definitely can help. Not a drill. Like, what do you feel or think? Well, to be honest with you, my normal path tends to be more across it. If anything, I would try to feel like my back stays to the target a little bit longer. Right? So if I get good depth in my turn, right, and I feel like my back is facing the target, if I just stay that way for a little bit longer in transition as opposed to starting to open and rotate with my shoulders, right? But by staying with your back here and keeping your shoulders more closed, right, that will get the club working more down from the inside this way, as opposed to what my tendency is sometimes, guys, is to go this way, right? My shoulder flies open and that kind of pulls everything steep with it. So if you can learn how to keep that back to the target longer, that should help, Stevie. Help my slice. Lead tape on the heel too. That's great, Logan. Keep up the great work, bro. That's some really good scoring. Guys, this is for 179 in a row. Let's go. Then while your back is towards target, you're like pulling down with your hands. I think if anything, you just want to feel, Stevie, like they are falling. So if you think of like a pirate ship at the amusement park, you know how that ride, it starts at the bottom and then they send it up and it almost just hangs at the top for a second and then it comes back down, it's fast at the bottom. And the other side, it goes up, kind of hangs for a second and it's fast again at the bottom. That's the tempo we want with our swing. So I try to feel like that club gets sent up and then it just starts to fall for a moment, and then we're adding some speed to it. It's not fast from the top, it's not jerky from here, but we send it up, and then it comes back down. Attaboy Logan. Absolutely. 180. We're going to do it, Paul. This is for 180, guys. Let's go. That's a lot of 5-footers in a row, guys. 180 in a row. Liquid fluidity. Got it. We'll try next range session. You got it, Stevie. Let us know how you get on, and if you have any other questions, just come back and let us know. Boom. 181. 181. Oh no! I hit it too hard and I pulled it. It just went right by the edge of the cup. That stinks. That stinks. 181 is where the streak will end today, guys. Oh, putting tips. I have the putting yips right now. I don't know about helping with the yips necessarily. I think that's more of a psychological thing, but from a functional perspective, I love having a gate set up like this. Right, this Pels tutor with these ball bearings creates a gate so you can learn how to start the ball on your intended line, like I failed to do on that last rep there. Bro. Not a bad record from this side, though. Another goal added to the list. I love that positive attitude, Jamin. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. I haven't holed a birdie putt in months. You will, Stevie. You just got to believe. Just like that. Set up some sort of gate. You can also get ones that look like this. That's a more, oops, you know, traditional sort of gate. These are pretty cheap, or you can make one even with some tees on the putting green. But that is the skill that I want you to develop. The skill of starting the ball on your intended line, which mostly goes into controlling where that club face is pointed at impact. We got to make sure that that putter is coming back square to our line. Like again, face was shut. Ball starts left, hits that left ball bearing. We get instant feedback. You did not start the ball on your intended line. Hey, Builder Bob is back. Nice to see you again. You're due then, absolutely. I just gave your live a like. Thanks so much, Builder Bob. I appreciate you. We are wrapping up for today, given we've just ended our streak, unfortunately. But got a lot of good work done today. Some good conversation. Really appreciate everybody who decided to tune in and hang out today. Super excited about the future of the channel and all the work that we're putting in behind the scenes to continue improving things. We've teamed up with some awesome editors and people that really know what they're doing on the technical side. So I'm optimistic that the video qualities and editing will start really taking a big step forward. Feel or thoughts on hitting fairway woods? Try to sweep it off the turf, Stevie. That's my feel. You don't really want to hit down on it or up on it. You just want a nice level, like you're trying to scoop it almost. You know, pick it without too much turf interaction. Yeah, hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any lives. How do you choose between clubs or tattoos? Both so expensive. Well, the tattoos are mostly from my past life. Now that I'm a broke boy. Not fully, but, you know, a lot broker than I used to be. I haven't gotten tattooed in quite a while. But again, guys, personal sacrifice is required to improve, and I decided to exercise my agency in how I spend my time and what I work on. And I just left my career behind. I said, I'm not working in finance anymore. I don't want to make money off the backs of these hardworking, low-income renters. And I just left it all behind. And that was a terrible financial decision for me, and it was an amazing decision for my soul and who I am as a person and how I sleep at night. And I'll figure all that stuff out. But what I couldn't do anymore was spend my days making life harder for other people. So don't miss a live. Love it, bro. Congrats. Thanks, Fred. Also, last thing, what are those? Yeah, it's fair. I do love the Croc slides, guys. They're incredibly comfy. Shout out to Croc slides. My wife got me these. I should have listened to her sooner. I like his lives. Glad I stumbled across the channel. That means a lot to me, Builder Bob. I'm glad you're here. The best next thing you can do besides subscribing, guys, is when you see the videos or you see the live streams, share them with a friend. Just hit that share button, send it to somebody that you think, hey, I thought of you. I like this creator guy. Check out John. Hey, Rich is here. What's up? Excellent content. Thanks, Rich. Yes, sir. We look forward to seeing you back. Amazing. Say, I love the Crocs. Are so comfortable. Have you ever been to the UK? I have been to the UK a bunch, Builder Bob. I was just over in London for a wedding this past summer, and we were in Ireland most of that trip. But I also studied abroad in London back in college. I visited there for the first time, you know, on a backpacking trip when I was 19 in London. We went to Scotland for my wife's 30th. That was my first time there, but she had been before, and spent a bunch of time up in Isle of Skye and all over Scotland. That was an amazing trip, especially up north. It feels like such a cool and ancient place. And only a few places I've ever been sort of feel that way, but Scotland is one of them for sure. And I'm a huge fan of the UK. I think as long as you get the imported food, and by that I mean, like, here's an example. Dishoom is, I think it's now a chain, but a UK-based Persian food chain that has some of the best Persian food I've ever had. I've been to college in California. I was doing the landscaping, not attending. That's funny, Pedro. I like London, just so expensive. They have outdoor cinema there. Take my daughter, and we loved it. Never been to Scotland, but I want to do the NC500 on my motorcycle. Very cool, Builder Bob. What kind of motorcycle do you have? I used to ride a GSXR 750. That was a really fun bike that had a 750 engine on a 600 chassis, so that thing could scoot if you opened her up. I never got it up to top speed. The guy who I bought it from told me top speed he got it to was like 186. But I only ever got it up to like 170. I don't know if I should say that on the internet, but that was years and years ago. I also crashed that motorcycle and shattered my collarbone, so it's, you know, good and bad memories. No golf overseas. What do you mean, Rich? Me and my girlfriend have a motorcycle. I have a ZZR 1400. Very cool. 218 on dyno. Amazing, dude. That's super cool. Probably a much more comfortable bike to have a pillion on than when I had, you know, my girlfriend, now wife, would get on it, and there was legitimately like maybe 7 square inches to sit on the back of a GSXR. It's like, at the end they said, oh, we should probably put another seat on here, but there's not a lot of room, and we don't really want you to use it, so we're just going to make it tiny. Had a Gixxer 1000. Very cool. I like the 750 because it had the smaller chassis and it was so light. There you go. Hertz knows. He's got a 750. I do miss it. I did not play golf in Scotland, Rich, but I did get to walk around on the old course. Very cool thing they do over there on Sundays. They turn it into a park. So I was just at, the 18th green at St. Andrews while people were walking their dogs, having a normal Sunday in the park kind of day. So that was really cool, an unexpected treat for me when we were over in Scotland. All right, guys, that is all that I am going to have time for today. But as always, I'm incredibly grateful for all your support. Hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already. And make sure you're subscribed so you see the notifications when we're going live. I'm going to do a better job of scheduling them ahead of time, hopefully. And if the weather warms up, we'll be back outside hitting in the net or at the driving range. But until next time, guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next one.